We're about to talk to a die-hard Sydney Swans fan, and he's going to tell us about the impact that this scandal has had on his family. We know that 5 players have been stood down for the rest of the season. We know that police are investigating at least one of them. And yesterday, it was a big day for the Swans female players. A record crowd turning up, including the Fordham family, 16,000 fans at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Some then left the ground before the men started. We decided to hang around and watch the men as well. I wanted to support the men who were not in the hotel room and have done absolutely nothing wrong. Because you've got to keep in mind, they are paying the price for the sins of a few. Russell Barwick, the former sports guy from Triple M Radio, and mad Sydney Swan supporters with us in the studio.
Fordo, good morning to you. Good morning, everyone.
I called you on the weekend because I thought, who'll be feeling this really, really tough at the moment. Mm-hmm. It'll be Russell Barwick.
Yeah, and it was a weird week, and obviously in this day and age, social media just takes over. We had allegations of things being thrown and crazy stuff going on, but the overriding factor from our family's point of view was there was sort of 3 things, and I make no apologies. The family's very heavily vested, so we all said can't be Isaac. He's the poster boy. My daughter said, why are they celebrating and ordering strippers? Who does that in this day and age? And my sons are saying, oh, come on, the boys are going out for a couple of beers. So there was 3 different angles going on.
Your wife is a massive Isaac Heaney fan as
well.
Yeah,
so my daughter has a backup plan in life to marry Isaac. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
They worship the ground that he walks on.
We all do. I mean, he's a wonderful player to watch, a wonderful person to be involved in. When the kids when they were young, 7, 6, 8, 10-year-olds, they wanted to get their photo with Buddy, and then it became Isaac. Get the photo with Isaac. So, and we're not alone. There's thousands of families much the same. The interesting thing for me was the wave of emotions just kept on coming because of the dissemination of information, which invariably was wrong.
We don't know what happened in the hotel room.
No, we don't.
We know that they took girls into the hotel room and that the drugs were consumed in the hotel room.
Some of them say they ordered 2, then why did 3 turn up? What girl goes to a hotel room at 5 in the morning with a mate? I don't know.
But, we know that they have all breached the standards of the club.
100%.
Whether anyone has broken the law and assaulted anyone, that's where we need to be careful, and that's where I'm standing back and allowing things to play out because, as you've seen online, there's all sorts of fake news going around.
Yeah.
But what was interesting is when you woke up on Saturday morning, you were about to put on a Swans cap.
Yep.
And that's not unusual for you because I've seen you many times wearing Swans gear, but you had a moment where you paused.
Yeah, I did. I just said, why walk into a fight I don't need to be involved in? And all I needed was for someone, male or female, just to sort of look me up and down as if to say, why are you supporting that team? And you said it perfectly at the start. The players that were involved weren't anywhere near the SCG yesterday, and my family went to watch the women's game. I unfortunately I was at a 60th, so I came in only late for the men's game, and I mean late. I came in at half time, but I wasn't going to miss it. I was desperate to go and watch them and support them because I've been there to every game for the last 20 years.
But the fact that you had to pause and think, hang on a moment, should I be putting on this cap? That's where the Swans have got a major brand issue problem. Because you were thinking to yourself, by putting on this cap, usually I'm just letting people know that I love the Swans. Now you're thinking, if I'm putting on this cap, is that sending a message that somehow I condone what happened or might have happened? If you're thinking twice before putting on that red cap, that is a major problem for the Sydney Swans.
And this is the one that they're wrestling with at the moment. There's 4 departments in the footy club: commercial, marketing/media, football, and then you can also include the women's program separately from the football. The commercial department wins. It wins overall every single time. And they're looking at QBE and Optus or Telstra or Coke or whoever's their sponsors and saying, we need to stay there. And then on the other side, the women's commercial department, NAB, again QBE, and they're just saying, are we better off cleaning the slate? And then they say to the football department, okay, this is our plan. Football department says, well, Heaney gone, Chad gone, Blakey gone. There's $4 million back on our salary cap. Who's out there that we can go and attract and say, hey, look at us, we've done the right thing. come to our club. We've fixed this problem.
Do you think they need to get rid of all 5 of them?
I think it's a question that will be asked day in, day out. I think it'll play out to the end of the season. If they get to the grand final, the whole city will get behind them. Don't be in no doubt. Sydney is a success-driven city, and when teams win, we pile on and say, yes, we're all a part of it. And if they lose, we first to jump ship.
But here's the thing, Russ. This is Russell Barwick, by the way. If you're just tuning in, former sports reporter with Triple M, mad Sydney Swans fan.
We're very short on guests' talent today.
No, we're not. No, but I'm sensing that you're dodging this question, right?
I think they will get rid of all 5.
Say it again.
I think they will say, all 5, you've done the wrong thing by us. And I'm almost choking up on this. Chad has got a year extension. Isaac's 30 years of age. They know that there's some ending to those 2 stories. Blakey is an academy guy. It would hurt them a lot. The other 2, 4 of them are 25 and Isaac's 30. I think the other thing that has to be asked is if the Swans ex-player Taylor Adams was indeed in the room, and he's still on their website. He's number 3. Go to their website. He's in their player list, and he's retired effective immediately. But I suspect he's still on the payroll. Avoiding that was a real error.
Okay, but on the 5, the Swans 5, as we'll call them.
I don't think that they can continue and say that they are an attractive option for academy kids, for draftees, for other players, if that exists. It's the schoolyard thing. Is it the first time you've done it, or the first time you got caught?
It would kill you to say this, right?
100%.
Which is why you hesitated when I asked you the question.
100%.
Because
I didn't want to say it when I came here. I rephrased my answer to say, will they?
But within your own family, you can see the impact that this has had. And therefore, if they were surveying your wife and your daughter, the Swans, they'd just say, we need to cut these 5 loose and start again.
Yeah, it'd be 2-2. The boys would say, keep them. And the girls would say, we have to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Not that they want to. It'd say, it's just clean the slate.
And there's a big name player out there the Swans could then go after.
Zach Butters. He's the unrestricted free agent. That means he'll go to the highest bidder and there'll be some toing and froing. But if you say to them, we'll swap Isaac Heaney for Zach Butters and throw in Riley Bice, Port Adelaide would say, hello.
All right,
we'll have a conversation.
let me throw this possibility up. There's a chance here that, and only a chance, because this hasn't been fully investigated and the police will decide.
And it's just my opinion.
I know.
Say,
there's a chance that the police will investigate and find that they don't have enough evidence to charge anyone with anything, right? There's a chance that could happen. And then there'll be Swans fans saying, all right, well, you've turfed all 5 and now there are no charges. But there'll be plenty of fans who will say, well, forget about the charges. The strippers and the cocaine is enough to warrant your dismissal.
25 years of turning things and setting things up. Brett Kirk, Paul Roos, John Longmire. These sorts of guys have been through the club and set a standard that cannot be even remotely challenged. Brett Kirk's the welfare and officer that apparently drove them back, or some of them back, from Melbourne. These guys set the standard, and the standard sits here. I saw a sign on the Bulldogs bus as I was coming back from my son's soccer game. They were going to Allianz. It said, club first, team second, individual third. And that is almost a mantra that every club/team has to do it.
And I hope that all of their teammates and the club is getting behind all of these players.
The emotion was unbelievable.
Well, because they are going to be, and look, again, I'm saying this because we don't know who's accused of what at this stage, but we know that they will be going through the biggest crisis they've ever experienced in their life right now.
And I feel for Isaac and I feel for Nick Blakey. They've made a horrendous blue, but hands up who hasn't made a blue in their lives. Hands up who hasn't done something that they completely regret. But mine never made the news. Yours probably never made the news. We're all...
You'll still be cheering the red and the white.
Absolutely. In fact, I'll go home now and I'll put the red and white jumper on and the hat on.
We appreciate you coming by.
I had nothing else to do, so I might.
No, I know. No, it's good to hear your voice back on the radio.
Is there anyone looking for a job? Spiro's very good, but I could fill in on the odd weekend.
He's still got it. Russell Barwick used to be the sports guy on Triple M, a mad Sydney Swans fan.